Hello, my pretties. Gormac back here from the Gore Chair with the Master of Lists video for this week. We're going to do Metallica. I got some nice feedback on the Slipknot video from last week, so let's keep the train rolling. We're going to do Metallica, and then at the end of the video, I will tell you what band we're doing next week. This is going to be a weekly series, as long as I can continue to use my collection and my daughter's collection to rank them. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do from worst to best. This is my opinion. Obviously, Trinity, my daughter and camera person, will be putting in her comments as she always does, because apparently you guys like that, so this is cool. So we're going to start with probably the most universally panned. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to mention there's no live albums, no compilations, and no collaboration albums. So the piece of crap that they did with Lou Reed, not in here. The awesome Garage Days double disc that they released, not in here. And the live S&M is not in here. And any live shows that they released on their tours are not in here. So let's get to the studio albums of Metallica according to me in the order that I like them. So we're going to start with last place, and we all know which one this is going to be, guys, and it is Saint Anger. Where do we go with this?
Nowhere. You pretend it doesn't exist.
The Some Kind of Monster song is okay. I don't mind Frantic, and the song Saint Anger. So basically the first 3 songs of the album I can listen to, but after that, this is a freaking labor to get through. I don't know what the guys were thinking when they made this record. A mess.
That was simple.
The next is Load. So with Load, there's really not a lot on here I like. Ain't My Bitch is pretty good, and that's about it. I just don't like this album, so we're moving on. The other half of this abomination, Reload. This I like a little bit more because it has a couple songs I like Fuel. It's got Carpe Diem Baby, which was kind of neat. Low Man's Lyric, you know, it's okay. Metallica was doing something different with these 2 records. Cover Killer Nation actually did a pretty cool video where he took the best of both albums and made one good Metallica album, and I liked what he did with that. So, you know, these are tolerable, but not my favorites. This was kind of a comeback record for Metallica. This is Death Magnetic. There's a few songs on here I really liked. The only thing with this album I found anyway was some of the songs went on a little too long. Now that being said, it's a good record. It's just, I don't know, some of the songs are just way too friggin' long. My favorite on here is probably Cyanide. That's a pretty good, cool track. This one I'm conflicted about because I'm a bass player. Is the only reason this record is lower in the standings, and that's Injustice for All. Anyone who knows me knows I actually love this album, but the problem I have with it is you know, we all know the story that they mix the bass really low in the mix, and that's just being a bunch of dicks. But this has some great songs on it. Obviously it has one, but it has Blackened, which I love. The Shortest Straw. I love the attitude of the song, The Shortest Straw. This is actually the very first Metallica album I ever owned. I bought a cassette of it at Kmart many years ago. And I haven't looked back since. I love Metallica, and this record here is a great record, but if it had more bass, I'd probably have it in my top 3. Next is the Black Album. So the thing with the Black Album, I remember buying this the day it came out. I enjoy pretty much every song on this record. The thing is it's not... I think it was too drastic a change for Metallica, from the progressive of Injustice for All going into the straight-ahead rock of the Black Album. And let's call Spade Spade. This is not a thrash album, in my opinion. Their thrash ended with Injustice for All. There are some good songs on here. I like Sabbath True, Enter Sandman, Wherever I May Roam, Through the Never's Good. Of Wolf and Man is one of my favorite Metallica songs. Great album. Still sells thousands of copies a week, so it's up there. Now, this is the one that's probably going to piss a few of you off, but I don't care. It's my list. Ha ha! This is normally number 1 on most people's lists, and this is why these lists are great, because it's our own personal preference, and that is Master of Puppets.
Ooh, hate comments.
I'm waiting for the hate. Now, don't get me wrong. I like all 8 songs on this record. But this is where it is. Now, the top 4 can change depending on mood, depending on, whatever. I'm not saying Master Puppets is a crappy album. It's not. It's freaking brilliant. But it's my number 4 Metallica album. And this is where I'm probably going to get the hate. Actually, my favorite song on here is definitely Welcome Home Sanitarium. This is where I'm going to get the hate. My number 3 album is their newest one, Death Magnetic. Or not Death Magnetic, Hardwired to Self-Destruct.
Are you high?
No, not yet. Hardwired to Self-Destruct. There's a couple reasons for this one. Spit Out the Bone is one of the best songs I think Metallica's written in 25 years. Atlas Rise, when we saw them live, Atlas Rise was so good live, it was ridiculous. I just felt that they finally, after so many years of
poop,
crap, the garbage that was Lulu, the garbage that was Saint Anger, they finally made a good record. And this one, for me, I listen to this a lot. It gets played a fair bit, which I cannot say for the last couple Metallica albums, other than Garage Inc. This one here gets played a lot, and I know I'm going to get hate, but I don't care. I love this album.
I remember when the Hardwired single came out, we were so shook.
We were freaking out when that Hardwired single came out. Number 2 on my list is the debut, Kill 'Em All.
Dave wrote 'em all.
Dave wrote 'em all.
I love that meme.
This, for me, is one of the best debuts you'll ever see, in my opinion.
One of the most influential.
Yeah, and one of the most influential. We did listen to this yesterday because it was the 35th anniversary of this amazing record. I have this on vinyl and CD. My favorite song on here is Jump in the Fire and Hit the Lights. I just love the way James delivers Jump in the Fire like that. Oh man, it gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. Love this. And obviously we know what my number 1 Metallica album is, and it's Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, dude.
I love this record. It's got my all-time favorite Metallica song, Fade to Black, on it. As far as, and For Whom the Bell Tolls, like, come on. As far as I'm concerned, this is Metallica at their thrashiest and their most epic. I can put this record on and it just it's magical for me. So there you go, guys. That is my ranking of the Metallica albums. Tell me your rankings in the comments section below.
Suggest other bands we could
suggest other bands we can do. We have had a suggestion for Slayer. The only problem with that is I don't have all the Slayer albums on CD or vinyl.
We can still do it.
We may just do it and put the graphic up on the side. Slayer's in the pipeline. Let's say that, okay? There's a few bands that I already have on my list that we're gonna do. But Metallica is now finished. This is my ranking of Metallica albums. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Leave the hate if you want. I understand. But remember, this is my list. It's not your guys' list. It's my list. But I would love to hear what you guys think. What is your favorite Metallica album and why? Next week, we are going to do my favorite band, and that is Megadeth. We will be doing the Megadeth discography next week on Master of Lists. And let me tell you, this one's gonna freak my daughter out. It's gonna freak you guys out. So, you guys be good to each other. Keep your stick on the ice. See you next time. Gormac out.